Are you in search of a comfortable mesh office chair in the $400 to $500 price range? In this video, we're going to review the BTOD Akir chair so that you can decide if this is a good fit for your needs. Are you shopping for a new office chair? BTOD TV is your source for everything office chairs. Subscribe today so you don't miss out on any of our future content. The BTOD Akir chair is going to be a mid-market, mesh-back ergonomic task chair that has a starting price of $404.99. You do have a few options to customize it to your liking, the first one being the seat. You can choose between a standard fabric seat, or you can upgrade to an all-mesh or an all-leather option, with the all-leather option being the most expensive. You can also choose between two different base options, a standard plastic base or a polished aluminum base that has a slightly higher profile design. The final option is going to be the wheels. You can choose between hard surface casters or carpet casters, and an added bonus that you can add to the chair if you want a little bit more ergonomic experience is an adjustable headrest. If you order the Akir chair and decide that it's not right for you, we do accept returns up to 30 days. We just ask that you return it in the original packaging, and you will be responsible for those return shipping charges. We do not charge any restocking fees on top of the return shipping. The Akir ships in about 5 to 7 days after placing your order, and it will then arrive within a few business days, FedEx or UPS ground. It does come in a fairly standard size box, but it is going to be really heavy at about 57 pounds, so I would definitely recommend having someone else on hand to help you, or perhaps having a dolly to make it easier to move the chair into your home or into your office. The first category that we scored on the Akir is going to be the installation process, which we gave the Akir a 75 out of 100. Now, it lost some points because it does require assembly and it doesn't have pre-assembled components like the mechanism as other chairs do, so it will take you 20 to 30 minutes to put this chair together. All of the tools required are included in the box, so you don't need anything extra, but there is a bit of a time investment with the Akir. The Akir has a solid warranty, especially for the price, so we gave it an 80 out of 100. You get a limited lifetime warranty. This includes coverage on all of the components except the foam and fabric, which you get coverage for 5 years. Now, this is for people weighing up to 300 pounds. If something does go wrong or something becomes damaged, parts will be sent out to you and you will be required to replace or repair any parts that are sent. The build quality category is going to be where the Akir received the lowest score that we gave out of all the categories, which was a 55 out of 100. Now, this is going to be quite a bit lower than the top end chairs for this category like the Aeron or the Leap, but in order to keep the cost down on the Akir, they needed to go with some lower cost components. So you'll see things like the casters, the base, the armrest quality, they're not going to be the same as some higher end chairs. The mesh is going to be another area where we can see pretty big differences between the top end and then the very bottom end. The Akir is positioned right in the middle, so it's not going to be as soft and as elastic as products like the Aeron or the Ergohuman, but it is a much better experience than the low-end products like the 100MC or the Office Max chair that we had in for the cheap chairs review. There are a couple things about the Akir that I do really like for a mid-market chair that really makes it stand out from the crowd. The first being the polished black on the backrest. The frame makes it look very nice, upscale look, and I'm also a big fan of the numerous adjustments that come from a mechanism in a chair of this price point. You get a lot of value out of the adjustments with the Akir. Scope of users is going to be a category that we use to evaluate how much of the population a particular chair will fit comfortably and ergonomically. The Akir scored a 70 out of 100, which ended up being in the top third of scores that we've given out thus far. The Akir does several things to fit the wide majority of people, the first being its seat height range. With a seat height range of 16 to 21 inches, it's able to fit 95% of the people comfortably. It also has seat depth adjustment. This allows you to change how much space there is from the front of the seat to the back of your legs, which really puts you in a more ergonomic position than chairs without it. The Akir also has a 300-pound weight capacity. This is going to be a step up from the 250-pound standard capacity on most office chairs. This allows it to fit a wider range of people. The four-way adjustable arms also allow it to fit smaller and taller people because the arms are so adjustable that they can accommodate many different body types. One thing that I will say about the four-way adjustable arms that were kind of a limiting factor compared to higher end units, which is why the score wasn't higher than a 70, is that the low end on the height adjustment is going to be a bit higher than some of the people in our office preferred, one of them being me. When using the Akir chair, I was not able to get the armrest below my keyboard tray, which is something that I like to do to get really snugged up when I'm typing. So if you're looking for arms that go really low, the Akir may not be the best option for you. For our next three categories, we decided to do something a little bit different when it came to scoring them. These are going to be comfort categories having to do with seat, back, and arm comfort. Because these are subjective, we decided to poll our entire office, let everyone use the chairs, and then score them from 1 to 100 on each category. We then averaged all those scores to get our final number. The seat comfort on the Akir is going to be one of its most attractive features. It scored an 85 out of 100, which is the highest score we've given to any seat, tied with the Leap chair. The seat on the Akir does several things very well. First of all, it's very large, so it's spacious, fits a wide range of people. It also has soft edges all the way around. There's not going to be any hard parts of the frame that you can come into contact with on the sides or the front, so it allows for a wide range of sitting positions, even cross-legged sitting. And the last thing about the seat that really makes it stand out from most of the other seats that we have tested is going to be the padding. It has thick padding, but it is very soft and very cushy. You sink down in the seat quite a bit, but the padding is thick enough that you do not bottom out in the chair. This is going to be much different from a lot of other chairs that we've tested with thick padding, where the padding doesn't give quite as much, or it gives so much that you end up feeling the chair frame. So the Akir, one of the most comfortable seats that we've tested if you're looking for a soft, plush, cushy sitting style. For back support, the Akir received a 76 out of 100, which ended up being in the top portion of the chairs that we've reviewed thus far. The mesh backrest is a really nice feature because it's breathable and flexible, so you do not get overheated, and it conforms to most people that sit in the chair depending on their weight, body shape, and their size. The Akir also has adjustable lumbar support, which really helped to bump its back support score. The lumbar is height adjustable, it has a wide range, and the padding used for the lumbar support is very similar to the seat. So it's comfortable to have that padding up against your back, which is not always the case with all of the lumbar support systems that we've had a chance to test. One thing with the lumbar support that I was not a huge fan of is that it's not the easiest adjustment to make while you're sitting in the chair. You're probably going to want to get up out of the chair to adjust the lumbar support, which can be a little bit of a pain. Another thing that helped boost the back support score on the Akir is going to be its wide range of back angle adjustments. So you can recline freely in the chair. It does have a wide range. You can also choose between 4 different locking positions, and you can change the tension to make the tilting easier or more difficult depending on your weight or your preferences. One thing that I did really like about the positioning of the back support is that this is a chair that does allow you to work fully upright in a straight up and down back position if that's what you prefer. A couple reasons why the Akir didn't receive a higher back support score is going to be the mesh. It is a little bit more coarse than the higher end chairs like we talked about in the build quality section. And also the frame, it does have a pretty pronounced plastic frame, so if you're moving around in the chair, leaning, stretching, you might feel the chair frame come into contact with you, which can be uncomfortable. Our office scored the arms on the Akir at a 71 out of 100. Now this is a pretty decent score, but it actually ended up being in the bottom half of the chairs that we have tested thus far. The good thing about the arms on the Akir is going to be their 4-way adjustability. So you're going to have height, width, depth, and swivel adjustment. So you're going to have a wide range of positions that you can put those arms in for various computing and tasking applications. The arm caps are going to be large and spacious, and they also feature rounded edges, so you're not going to be in a situation where you have to put your forearm or an elbow on a straight edge, which can be uncomfortable. One thing that I will say about the arm pads on the Akir is that they are pretty stiff. They're not going to be hard plastic, but they're going to have a tiny bit of a squish to them, and they're definitely going to be among the more firm arm pads that we've tested out of the chairs that we've brought in. And this is going to be the biggest reason why the armrest comfort score wasn't higher than a 71. Another thing that I want to touch on, which we already went over in the build quality score, is that they do have 4-way adjustable arms, but the range in each direction is not going to be the same that you would find on a high-end chair. So if you're really concerned about being able to put your arms in a really awkward, low, high, weird position, I would look at the specs and make sure that the size range is going to accommodate what you're looking for. The ergonomic adjustments category is going to be a category where the Akir really excelled in. With a score of 85 out of 100, this placed it 7th so far out of all the chairs that we have tested. Now, all 6 of the chairs that are scored higher cost hundreds of dollars more than the Akir. The Akir basically has all of the adjustments that we look for when evaluating an ergonomic chair, except for back height adjustment. So you're going to get seat height, seat depth, you're going to get 4-way arms, you're going to get lockable tilt in 4 positions, tension adjustment, adjustable lumbar support, and then you also have the option to add a headrest for added neck and head support if you are looking for that. Another thing to note is that the Akir comes with a synchro tilt mechanism. This means that as you recline the backrest, the seat will tilt up at a smaller angle to the back, which helps to keep you in a more ergonomic position without forcing your feet off the ground each time that you recline, like we see on a center tilt, swivel tilt, or a bucket seat style chair. Finding a good ergonomic chair for your needs in the $400 price range can sometimes be a bit tricky. There's always going to be some trade-offs that you need to sacrifice in order to get a chair at this price point. The Akir is not going to have a top-notch build. The armrest adjustment range may not fit your needs, and if you move around in your chair a lot, the frame on the backrest might be a problem. With that being said, I do feel that the Akir does present one of the best values that you can find in a meshback ergonomic chair in the $400 price range. Its overall comfort and adjustability is right up there with the highest end brands, and it's also backed by a really solid warranty. Because of the adjustment ranges and the weight rating, the Akir is designed to fit most people, which can be a nice option for those of you that are placing a very large order or looking for a chair for a shared work area of people of varying sizes. The Akir ended up getting a total score of 75 out of 100, which ended up being a really solid score, especially for a chair priced at $404.99. If you're looking for a comfortable mid-back chair that shares some of the same characteristics as some of the high-end models that we've reviewed, then I would definitely recommend considering the Akir chair. If you'd like any more information on the BTOD Akir, I would highly recommend clicking the link in the description where it will take you to our blog where we have a full write-up, a ton of pictures going over everything that we've discussed here and more on the Akir chair. If you found this video helpful and you've made it this far, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next office chair review video. Thanks a lot for watching.